It's a test. It's a test, Akim. It's a test. It's a second. Let's see if it's playing. Bear with me. Bear with me. Con, it's a test. Okay. Con. Hey, Shalom Akim. Yahabashim Yahushai Barakatham. Bashim Rekal Kodash. I'm going to start off by saying, Call hello, Yahabashim Yahushai. Call hello, Yahabashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect. That's the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here. And the brothers on out of the DC camp. And today I'm coming at you with, another video. Keep in mind the coming Pasach, or the Passover, March 1st, 2018. All right. And what I'm about to do is to show you for new brothers and for other brothers, that may be watching in, the day it comes in on, how you keep it, and so on and so forth. But bear with me, all right? All right, I'm trying to hold the phone and the scriptures at the same time, all right? So let me know if it's coming in clear, Akim, all right? This is Exodus 12 and verse 1, all right? It says, And the Lord Yahweh Yahushai spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Exactly. It's going to the month that we keep the Pasach in is the first month of the year. All right. It says, Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. So, when we keep the Passover, we got to make sure it's divvied up, the right amount of people for each household. So that way all Israel can partake in the feast. All right. And it says, verse 5, Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, because not only do you have sheep, you can also use goats, man. All right. And it says, bear with me, trying to hold it and hold the phone at the same time. All right. It says, verse 6, And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. Okay. And it says, verse 8, And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Yeah, with bitter herbs. Like the brother Pasach in the camp, he like to say, look, the Passover is not a lamb dinner. It's not a lamb dinner, man. All right. It represents us coming out of Egypt, our captivity. All right. And then it says bitter herb. All right. Supposed to eat bitter herbs with that. All right. It says verse 8 again, And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. Verse 10. And it says, And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. Right, because when we eat the Passover, when we, go to partake in the Passover, you have to eat the whole entire lamb. Nothing's supposed to be left over. All right. And it says, And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Okay. Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. Exactly. You're supposed to, with your loins girded, all right, your shoes on your feet. It's not a time of relaxing. It's not a time we just kick back. It's not a joyous festival, if you will. Okay. It's a solemn assembly. Okay. A serious assembly. It says, And your staff in your hand. We're supposed to have our swords, our scriptures in our hand. Now, all the brothers that partake in the Passover, you come with your Bible, man. All right? Don't forget it. It says, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. How about Shai's Passover? By Hashem Kodash. All right, say eat it in haste. So once again, it's not a time that you kick back and you enjoy yourself. You're supposed to eat it in haste, man. Because guess what? It's a representation of us, what? Getting out of Egypt in haste. All right. It says verse 12. And once again, Salakia. I'm trying to hold this at the same time and bring it down a little bit. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. So the Lord smote man and beast, man. The firstborn and beast. You know, it was a great sacrifice during that time, man. Anybody who didn't have the blood on the doorpost, man. Hence the Egyptians at that time. All right. It said, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord, I am Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, okay? And we say by Hashem Yahushai out of respect. You know, we're supposed to pray to the Father through the name of the Son, okay? It says, verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt, man. Right. It's like the modern day Passovers, right? The mark that we're supposed to have on our heads right now is the spiritual mark, man. The name of the Heavenly Father, you know, having the understanding of the truth, all right, having faith. Faith is that mark, right? So that we can, what? Escape the plagues from the Lord, man. And there's going to be plagues coming in these times, all right? You know, it's every year around the time of the Passover is always great judgments, man. So you want to have faith that, you know, the Lord passes over you, man, okay? And it says, verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Yeah, when I smite America, man. That time is coming to, you know, for America as well, not just the ancient Egypt, for America. And it says, verse 14, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, meaning to remember, okay? And you shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever, by order. Another word for ordinance is what? To set something up in order, all right? And it says throughout your generations, no matter where we go. Because you got people out there that say, well, the Passover is only supposed to be celebrated, you know, in Israel or Egypt, whatever the case may be. Also here in America, man, it says throughout all your generations, man. Because we are the people. We are Israel. And it says, verse 15, it says, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. That's how serious it is. Because remember, this was a representation of what? Us getting out of Egypt. All right? So we didn't have time to relax. All right? It says, verse 16, and in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. And then which holy convocation is assembly, a calling, okay? A reading, all right? And which we do that on the first day, all right, of the Passover. It says, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Why? But the 1st and 7th day of the Passover is also what? The 15th and the 22nd day, which are Sabbaths. All right, the actual Sabbath, days of rest. So no manner of servile work shall be done. Okay, it says, verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever, forever. Okay, in the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. Basically meaning what? The 15th day through the 22nd day. Because it said 14th day, so you go to the 14th day, and then you go at even, which is the 15th day. Because remember, our days are what? Based upon the moon, which comes in during around the time of what? The evening, all right? That's why we have a lunar calendar. And it says, verse 18, in the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even, right? Or in the evening. It says, 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Yeah, whether he be Gar, which when you look that up, it's Israelite foreigner or Israelite that was born outside of the land. And then it says what? Or born in the land. So that's all stranger meant back then. Is whether you was born outside of the land. Okay, that's a stranger. That's all. It's not talking about the actual heathen. This means you were born outside of the land of Israel. All right, being an Israelite. All right, and it says, verse 20: ye shall eat nothing leavened or leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Okay, and I just wanted to get that part right there before I go into the calendar, like I like to do. All right, now, well, before I do that, let me go to, and shalom to the Akim that's watching. All right, let me go to show you something. All right, let me see. All right, let me know if you can see. Let me know if you can see the screen. Lord willing, you can see the screen. No, it's not showing the screen. Okay, yeah, it is showing the screen. I had to check it. All right, now, of course, that's showing that. Now, on the blue letter, the word there for leaven or leaven is chamatiza. It's a cha, a ma, and a taza. So chamatiza, okay? And what does it say? Leavened, all right, cruel, died, grieved. Now, when you go down to the definitions, it says to be leavened, be sour, to be leavened, to taste something leavened, to be embittered, grieved, to be cruel, oppressed, be ruthless, to be red. Now, whenever there's a word in the definition that matches the word itself, like for example, we looked up the word leaven, and then when you go to the definition, it says leaven again. So whenever you see that word twice, now you have to go to the meaning of that word. So you go to the etymology and you type in leaven. All right, it says substance added to dough to produce fermentation. From the old French levain or leaven, it says sourdough. From Latin levamen, which is literary use meant alleviation, mitigation. But in vulgar Latin, it had a literal sense of means of lifting, something that raises. Why? Because when you add leavening or raising element to bread, it causes the dough to rise. Okay? It causes the dough to rise. That's why we're not supposed to have anything leaven in our houses. All right? Because remember, it commemorates what? When we got out of Egypt, we had to go in haste. Okay? We didn't have time to bake goods and stuff like that. We had to keep it moving. All right? Now, I'll say this. Now, the leavening agents are what? Leavening, when you look on the back of products, leavening or leaven, yeast, and baking soda. Okay, they all cause dough to rise. And another name for baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. So when you look on the back of products and you don't see yeast, leaven, or baking soda, the words, but if you see something called sodium bicarbonate, that's another word for baking soda that causes stuff to rise. Remember, we don't want anything that causes our food to rise. Okay, remember, nothing leaven in your houses, nothing that causes things to rise in your houses. Okay, for the brothers who had a question about why this it says leaven, okay, but why you say no